Tropical rainstorm coming down just prior to kickoff here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Just a short time ago, the Buccaneers emerging from their tunnel to the roar of this frenzied crowd here in the Sunshine State. And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with the Miami Dolphins. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports.
This taken in at the goal line. And they will be backed up deep. Trouble here as they're going to start this drive at the 6.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Fournette running right. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he will have the first down as he's up to his 17-yard line. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Give the sack to Jerome Baker. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the 2 defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slipped free.
The throw on 2nd down by Brady is incomplete.
Well, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible. So I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. Fournette, a 1st down carry. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
Hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Push him back. Push him back.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Brady.
They'll swing this out to Fournette.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Here's a give to Fournette. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Xavier Howard up to make the tackle.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Fournette once more on second down. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on third down. A shotgun give to Fournette. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early. I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
On second and inches, Brady. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
On second and 1, Brady. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise, as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up past the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards there, just like last play. 6-0 our score after one. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a handoff. Running left is Bell. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. That opening drive rhythm continues right into play number 3.
Whatever they decided that they wanted to run before the game, it's working pretty well for them right now. Moving the ball downfield at a nice rate. And guess what? I think the chain crew might have to get a little oxygen over there. They have to keep moving downfield with first downs on each play.
Now a first down carry by Bell. Down right around the 25. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua on the move to his left. And incomplete on the deep ball. He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki, but now it'll be third down.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Play action. Now it's Tua. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. And
they're going to get to him. That is going to be a safety. Tom Brady taken down to the end zone. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Open net is Waddle, complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage. On play action, here's Tua. And the
throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Palardy. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
And Mike Evans has been the model of consistency and excellence. 7 years in the league. He's been a 1,000-yard receiver 7 times, the first guy in league history to do that. And he makes another catch there for a 1st down.
On 1st down, they look downfield, and it's complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Chris Godwin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bucs get the quick strike touchdown.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long. Go get it, big man.
And if you look at the next-gen stats, you'll see that he topped out at an even 21 miles an hour.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Tua. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up the 1st down.
And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Looking to pass. Tua. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Tua. Here's Fuller with a catch. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another 1st down. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
Well, meanwhile, the throw by Brady knocked away, incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7.
An effective 7-yard third down conversion. Again, they'll throw with Brady. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Into the red zone, it's Brady. And it's caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. And we are keeping a close eye on his catches. A really close eye now because that's number 899 in his career. The next one will give him 900. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Leonard Fournette, as the first half is winding down. And the Bucs will extend their lead here just before halftime. So what can Brady do here is he'll lead his guys up to go for 2. Brady will look to throw for it. Flush, and he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
Jakeem Grant now to return.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive as they'll take over with just 13 seconds to go before the break.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Jamel Dean.
And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Final preparations being made for the second half, both in terms of game plan and also hydration, because humidity is really going to catch up to these guys, no doubt. And for the call in the second half, we go back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
This is taken way up at the 25.
Well, a dangerous return man showing it here.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Second and 6.
Tua going to throw. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit. Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. Tagovailoa going for it on fourth down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47.
57 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with second and a yard.
Fakes the give to Fournette. Now Brady.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
You see me?
A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
Throwing is Brady on third down. Airing this one out for Evans. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Well, we keep waiting year after year to see signs of Tom Brady's arm strength deteriorating, but his message there, keep waiting.
And you'd think on third down they'd just be looking for something right beyond the sticks, and I think they caught the defense flat-footed as a result because they decided they were going to take a shot right there, and it ended up being a big play.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead is now 24. touchdown now. It's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
Not much leg here. Fields this at the 24-yard line.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Tua. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Throwing now is Tagovailoa.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time.
Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Throw left side complete. That's Brown. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. That grab another career milestone for him. 900 career catches now.
All right, the applause is beginning, right? The applause is going on. That puts him just outside the top 20 all-time in the NFL. Next in his sights at 903, Wes Welker.
Rarefied air. On play action, now Brady. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. And it's 3rd and short. Brady. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll go again with Bell. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin 1st down. Now Tua. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at about the 31. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point up and good by Succop. And the lead will swell by one more. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Now this thing gets marked where it went out of bounds, so they're going to have really good starting field position near midfield. And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at the 45. A quick throw out wide to Fuller. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action. Now it's Brady. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
The sack backs him up, 3rd and long. Tough challenge for Brady and the Bucs. On play action, it's Brady. Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On the handoff, it's Gaskin. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. Had his hands on it. Couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Tua on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking downfield for Godwin. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. That throw by Brady incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory. But it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. 59 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. And now here is another interception. Mike Edwards picks it off. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. So now after the face mask penalty, here's 1st and goal. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bucs look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point put through by Succop, and that will extend this big lead. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. This is Jakeem Grant. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by Jamel Dean.
CD, this defense, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
A run with Fournette there as he'll push this forward for about 4 on first down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Out to his left. And that is incomplete. Looking for his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski, and it'll bring up third down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Over the middle here to Brown.
And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Brady. He's got it. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. He's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone. This guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Extra point up and good by Succop. And the lead will swell by 1 more. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. The return man is Grant.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Steps away to his left.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there?
He's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. They always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence.
And now here's another interception.
Picked up by Jamel Dean.
And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Brady going to look to throw. Wide open, Gronkowski. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Escaping the pressure right. And this is caught by Evans. And he lost the football. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. It's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Now a play fake. Brady. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on 1st down. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go.
Oh, wide open, complete. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.